Bills, and they absolutely embarrassed the Jags. But what do you like here, Kyle, against this Ravens team that has come so close, but still somehow 1-2?
Part of me wants to say it's a short week for the Bills, and that could have impacted them negatively. But the other part of me says we were so hot when we left the field the other night that let's just roll that thing in for a short week. And against the Ravens, they're going to have to do a great job focusing on Josh Allen. I know it's all the targets that Josh has found recently, but you got to stop Josh on the rushes, on the first down conversions in the red area. He is such a threat. And I got the Bills.
Well, the Bills aren't coming on a short week. They're coming off a bye. I mean, they had a bye on Monday night. They had no resistance whatsoever.
Come on,
well, it was awful. They could have taken guys out at halftime.
I wanted Trubisky in it.
It was awful. So normally I would think in this scenario that's tough to do. But like you said, it's not as tough as it might have been had Jacksonville actually showed up and played the game.
They're so confident.
I love what Buffalo's done. I told you before the season they're my Super Bowl pick. Joe Brady, what he's doing with Josh Allen, getting the ball out of his hands, a lot of pre-snap motion. They're getting guys in good position. But I think this is a tough turnaround. You do come off that Monday nighter. Now you got to go out and play a Sunday nighter at Baltimore. And Baltimore's a tough place to play. The Ravens seemed to find Derrick Henry last week. And the one thing that the Bills have had problems with over the years is big physical teams who push them around a little bit. And I think that could be a problem. So I'm going to go with the Ravens. I had a tough time picking this game, but I'm going to take the Ravens.
Now, Ravens 2.5-point favorites at home. It's not often you see a 1-2 team almost a field goal favorite against a 3-0 team.
High scoring, by the way. High scoring.
High scoring. Well, it is the matchup of the top scoring offense and the top total offense in the league. Let's go to a game that
Marcus?
Damn.
You heard that, huh? Are the Bills?
You heard that, Swag? Damn.
I'm not just going to jump past it. All right? Like it's
we ain't jumping past that, Molly. We ain't jumping past that, Molly.
The Bills can win the AFC. We know the shot that was just taken by Josh Allen. Here's what I want to say. And I'm going to give it to the OGs. Hey, let's not forget, just because he talking about Stephon Diggs, it's a reference. If he ain't talking about him, it sure is close, and he know what everybody gonna assume. I just want everybody to remember before they jump on the bandwagon and be like, yeah, Josh, you right. They went to an AFC championship while him and Stephon Diggs was tearing the league up. They were consistent Super Bowl contenders while him and Stephon Diggs was tearing the league up. So let's not just be so quick to say that Stephon Diggs was a huge issue. Stephon Diggs was a large part of the reason that they thought they was going to win a Super Bowl and be Super Bowl contenders. That's all I want to say. Y'all go ahet and take it, OGs, because everybody likes to get hyped. Stephon Diggs did a lot of work there.
Hold on now.
All right.
No.
All right.
No. I'm stopping you. But I'm stopping you for a reason, Swagoo. I'm stopping you because I hear you loud and clear, baby. Man. We here. We simpatico, and we ain't running from this one, right? Because you see, if Stephon Diggs, I know you hear this, Stephon Diggs, you know who you are. You heard what that man said. Now, somehow, some way, you got to respond. And by the way, it can't be with just 164 receiving yards in 3 games. You got to respond on the field because it ain't just about reminding the world like Swagoo did what y'all did when y'all were together, you and Josh Allen. Josh Allen is basically saying, yo, look at who I am now. Let me throw this out to you, Shay. Passer rating leads the NFL. QBR leads the NFL. Total touchdowns leads the NFL. 0 interceptions and 75% completions ranks a second only to Jaden Daniels. That's Josh Allen right now. Last night he completes footballs to 10 different receivers, including Kincaid, Coleman, Shakur, Johnson. What he's saying is, y'all thought we were going to be worse because we lost an all-world receiver. I'm going to tell you how I interpreted it. Life is better because y'all have no idea the damn headache I was dealing with. That's what he was saying. Now, we can floss over it anyway. That's what he was saying. So Stephon is going to have to respond with his play on the field, but also defending himself because as I remember Shannon last year, Swagger, you may not remember this. Last year, Shannon, remember when they tried to call me out when I said, yo, the brother won out of Buffalo. Remember when I took heat for that? I said, I'm telling y'all what I know. Don't ask me how. I'm telling you, the brother won out of Buffalo. He gets out, and he's just trying to play PC because you know what? He didn't want to bring that extra heat to himself. I told y'all what was going down. You see it for yourself. Floor is yours, Shay.
Stephen A., what you felt, Stephen A., it wasn't the message. It was who's delivering the message. Had Adam Schefter said that, they wouldn't have had a problem with it. They got a problem with you. But back to our normally scheduled programming, Josh Allen didn't have to say that. He wanted it to be known. In Swagoo, before you got married, you said, well, yeah, this and this. Before you got married, you've had girlfriends. And y'all used to go to the movies together, y'all hold hand, go to dinner, and then after a while, that didn't work anymore. It was a situation where you guys both of you were sick. She was sick of you and you were sick of her. And that's what happened with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. They grew sick. He was sick of Josh Allen. Josh Allen was sick of Stephon Diggs. That's what happens. But the problem is, Swagger, but here's the thing. If you go back and look at Patrick Mahomes, he had a Tyreek Hill. He was able to grow through that relationship, and now you remove Tyreek Hill, and he still wins back-to-back Super Bowls. Yes, Stephon Diggs did an unbelievable job growing and helping Josh Allen mature. But now he a full-grown NFL quarterback now. Yep. He knows what he needs to do. And as long as he doesn't try to be Superman, he didn't try to be Superman. It's okay, Josh, to sometimes just be Clark Kent. Just go to work with your glasses and your suit on, and you don't have to put that costume on. The problem that he gets into is that he puts the ball in harm's way far too much. When he takes care of the football, Buffalo is tough to beat. Now, they don't have the defense like they once had, but offensively, as long as you got him, 6'5", 250 pounds, he can run it, he can throw it through a hurricane. They're going to be just fine as long as he takes care of the football. But he didn't have to start it with that, saying, oh, we got guys that don't care about stats. He was making abundantly clear. We've had a guy in the past that he was more concerned about his stats than Dubs.
He knew what he was doing.
And that was a problem.
He knew what he was doing, and he knew we was going to jump on it like some starving dogs. But here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, too. I like what you said about Josh Allen, to me, is playing calm, right? And he's never had that opportunity to play that way, to get into the football. He's never been in a situation, and I got to give Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator, a lot of credit, because this actually started last year, like the last 6 games of the season. There have been games where Josh Allen has only thrown 13 passes. There's been games where he's thrown 19 and they won these games. He's in a better situation philosophically now, football-wise, than he's probably ever been. Dabo helped him mature. Him and Stephon Diggs' connection made him mature, but now I think he's playing quarterback at a high level. And it was okay to say that Josh Allen was a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
It wasn't okay to not bring up the fact that he turned the ball over more than anybody else. Now he's cut down on that, and it puts this team in a better situation.
Had a lot of, you got a lot of personnel changes up there. We're looking at Sean McDermott. We walk into the season, we're thinking the Buffalo Bills, this man could be on the hot seat. He's showing something right now. And the reason why we got to focus, Molly, on Stephon Diggs to some degree, we just saw Houston get their butts whipped by Minnesota, okay? Now, I believe in what they're doing in Houston. I think they got a bomb squad. Make no mistake about it. Them brothers can ball. They're going to have to show up, especially Stephon Diggs, because in light of what Josh Allen has said and the way the Buffalo Bills have looked, not just in terms of their play, but their energy, their cohesiveness, their togetherness, if they're successful and Houston isn't, Stephon Diggs is going to get blamed. We all know this.
Absolutely. Stephen A., to that point, the Bills' next 3, it's a tough stretch, but it's Ravens, it's Texans. It
was back to the traditional Baltimore ground and pound, 72% runs, 274 rush yards. Yeah. What do you want to see from this offense this week against the undefeated Bills?
Similar to what they did last week to Dallas defensively. The two things that stand out: one, they changed the picture constantly. They presented a formation that looked one way, and they would motion and then get to some of their base plays. You got to challenge Buffalo's defense in this way, because Buffalo's defense is so sound. You got to constantly make them think on the fly, and I really like that. And the second thing is Patrick Ricard. It was part of their football plan again. They moved him at fullback, they moved him at tight end, and they allowed him to be kind of that weapon that we've grown accustomed to. But if you just line up against Buffalo's defense, this is something that Baltimore has struggled with doing against this team. You're going to struggle. They got to constantly try and force that picture to change last second.
Patrick Ricard is so key to this whole offense. He's been the secret weapon, the identity of this offense for years, but I think he's so key in this game because If I'm Baltimore, I want to do what no offense has really done against this Bills defense, which is attack the linebackers, attack the spine of this defense, which should be their weakness. Granted, they've played well. I want to give them credit. But if the Baltimore comes out and they're 22 personnel like they did last week with 2 backs, 2 tight ends on the field, Patrick Carr's basically a de facto tight end, or they're 12 personnel, the Bills are going to play that in nickel, meaning they're going to have a slot quarterback on the field. And if so, they should have a physicality advantage, and then they can play action pass off of that. There are a couple other things I want to see in this one. The Bills are not going to blitz Lamar. They standardly rely on a 4-man rush. Lamar scrambles versus the 4-man rush will be huge. And then can you activate Mark Andrews? Again, like that spine in the defense. There are mismatches to be had with these Ravens tight ends in the passing game. They have not got him going. I think they have to get him going in this game.
I'm going to go to the other side, y'all, and talk about the Baltimore Ravens defense. Listen, this to me has to be what we've seen from the Buffalo Bills offensively. It's been super efficient and explosive at the same time. I think you got a chess piece, Kyle Hamilton. I don't think you can ever know. You know, we talked yesterday about playing Where's Waldo with CeeDee Lamb. You got to always be worried about Kyle Hamilton involving himself in either the rush or playing like a robber situation. I think to just throw off kilter what the Buffalo Bills have been comfortable with. That's the one thing that came to my mind in watching their offense, D.O. and MK, is that they've just been comfortable. They've been operating like, and we give them credit for being good, but nobody has pressed them really yet. And I want to see if the Baltimore Ravens will come out with that type of mentality with R and using Kyle Hamilton as that chess piece to kind of stand in the way of Josh Allen, be one place and end up somewhere else like they used to do with Ed Reed. But definitely in the pressure package, try to get 14 moving and involved in looks and disguises and also pressing the quarterback.
I think it'll help too, like the veteran presence for Baltimore. I don't understand how defenses do it, Marcus, but they still allow Josh to get out to his right. If you allow Josh to scramble and go create to his, so Van Noy and the veteran presence he has, I agree. Like maybe having Kyle as the spy guy. Now you take him out of the back end though, so that's dangerous.
In certain
as
situations,
the spy guy in those situations because he's athletic enough and big enough to get him down.
It's chess that's been impossible.
MK,
Go ahead, Swag.
MK, I understand your reservation, MK, because of what we've seen from Buffalo, but you got to make a determination. This is always defense. Are we going to try to speed up the process at the quarterback, or are we going to try to lay back and try to play coverage? I think you got to try to speed this up for Josh Allen.
Well, and something's got to give because we got Josh Allen 4-1 outright as an underdog in primetime, and the Bills are getting 2.5 according to ESPN Bet. Versus Baltimore, 20-3 in primetime at home under John Harbaugh, best win percentage in the NFL in that time. And Swagoo, you asked, I delivered. I'm
take one,
the
Phil.
dissenter.
Take one, Phil.
Taking one.